the beginning.
Yes.
You recall that in the National Dialogue Committee report, the committee recommended that within 21 days upon adoption of the report by the bicameral House, then the two parties, the Kenya Kwanza and Azimio, shall each appoint a panel that will audit the 2022 presidential elections. As we speak today, that report has been adopted by the two houses. The report came with what we call legislative instruments, 9 of them. Now, it is only fair that we stick to the report recommendation. I am not sure if Kenya Kwanza have plans to appoint, but I think because the report is binding, it was a consensus document, we are waiting to see who they will appoint. And again, the recommendation of the committee also says that the two sides of the political divide can each come with their audit firms. If they fail to agree on a joint audit firm, that will do that. Why this is important is because you remember one of the issues that we brought as a concern for discussion or dialogue was electoral justice and related matters. Now, in auditing the 2022 presidential elections, we are not intending to achieve who lost, who won, but we are intending to ensure that in operationalizing IEBC, they will be efficient, effective, transparent, and accountable. And that follows the recommendation that every time IEBC, by law, Article 88(4)H, they are mandated to do observation, monitoring, and evaluation. But the aspect of evaluation, they have never facilitated. They have facilitated monitoring. They facilitate, they monitor elections, they observe, they facilitate observation of election, but they have never evaluated their conduct. So it is in our interest as the people of Kenya that this time round, we audit this election and get to know what really happened. This will help the IEBC that is coming in place, and also it will also put to rest the issues of 2022 presidential election, because we hold the view as Azimio that we won the election. We do hold that view. However, because we went into a contest and that contest panned out the way it was, people went to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court heard that matter and made a determination, and then there were issues of protest, there were issues of cost of living. We went to Mandamano, but William Ruto and Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga agreed to go into a dialogue. The dialogue product is the NADCO report that has recommended that now we audit the 2022 presidential election. But you have asked me a specific question. Why Amos Wako?
Yes.
I think in the view of Azimio, Amos Wako, from his experience, a senior lawyer, experienced, having seen it all, having been Attorney General, he has got both political acumen, the wherewithal, the suitability and capability to do that job. And I believe that he'll do a better job, he'll do a good job. We are waiting for the outcome. And Kenyans are eagerly waiting to see, in this last election, where did we go wrong as a country? Where did we go well as a country? And that audit will do. It is not only an audit, it's going to be a forensic audit and a systems audit.
But what inspired the sliding in of the reopening or revisiting the political audit of the 2022 general election, because the results, because it has been a funny issue, especially for Kenya Kwanza, which has maintained that there is no need to revisit or really look into the past?
Okay, I think the issue of the 2022 election was contested. It was taken to Supreme Court.
Yes.
Supreme Court made its findings, and Kenyans know the truth. What my friend is saying, that Azimio won, Azimio never won the election. The issue is that we are dealing with politicians. Politicians think about an election and now next election. My thinking would be that the most urgent thing is having credible commissioners in place to prepare for 2027 elections and taking into consideration what the Supreme Court considered as, the things which were wrong with the elections. So what we need to do is build the capacity of IEBC. It is important to stagger the appointment of commissioners so that we don't have all the commissioners exiting at the same time. Like now we don't have anybody in the commission. Maybe half the commissioners can be staggered, like so that we have an institutional memory for future elections, instead of having the whole set of commissioners leaving IEBC at one point. Now, Kenya Kwanza has a duty, and they have an obligation to do to Kenyans what they promised they would do. Now, if we dwell so much on the 2022 election and then after 1.5 years or so, we are dealing about 2027 without actually dealing with the issues which are important to Kenyans, then we would be losing the point. We would